Zone 2.
Okay, so this is the Running Jackal. Just negotiating some roots and rocks as I pick us a tune to jog along to. Let's try this one. This is 5 minutes long, approximately. Alright. I won't be able to hear the music now, but hopefully you will. You'll be picking up all the necessary sounds as I put the phone back in its bag and very carefully cradle it in my fingers. This is Sunday. This is my Sunday
Time 15
show.
minutes. Distance 1.87 kilometers. Average pace 12 minutes 29 seconds per kilometer. Average heart rate 112. Workout average pace 8 minutes 1 second per kilometer.
8 minutes, the average pace. I slowed down to set up the equipment and I did a little bit of hiking.
Zone 3.
So the two separate pace settings, that you will hear today is pace per segment, which is 5 minutes, and then
Zone 4.
you'll hear the average pace, which is throughout the workout from the beginning to the current spot. As I cross over Ash. So Mount Douglas, here we come. I'm holding the phone today, as I alluded to earlier.
Zone 5.
I really think it's almost impossible to wear a microphone and run. You can hold a microphone and run. We have proved that to you guys on many occasions. But if you're wearing a microphone, it is going to move every time you hit the floor with your foot. Hello. Hi. It's not so bad when you're hiking because there's less jarring impact, so the phone doesn't bounce around quite as much. I'm heading into a noisy area. Lots of cars milling around here. This is prime loading for the car park. Everybody's here around 9:30, starting their hike or their run or their dog walk. As I go past the brick washroom and start heading up past the outdoor school, I will hike a little more than usual today because I am recording. It does make it a little easier to think and to speak when I'm
Zone
not
4.
running too hard. Well, I hope the little music experiment is working. Hello.
Zone 3.
Hi there.
Probably get the
Coming by you. Thank you. Hi.
Indian jungle equivalent to you.
So that's one little family group past. As I was saying to Norma yesterday, my hiking is becoming my strongest athletic event. those guys weren't going to stop for me. They had
Zone
no
3.
intention of slowing down, even though it was a pedestrian crosswalk. In England, they have to stop. Here,
Zone 1.
they don't have to stop. They're obliged to stop if they can do so safely.
Zone 2.
I have already recorded a segment for Kevin's show, which I will send to him. I have to remember that I started this
Time 20
recording
minutes. Distance 2.56
about
kilometers. Average pace 7 minutes 6 seconds per kilometer. Average
12
heart rate
minutes in.
145. Workout average pace 7 minutes 46 seconds per kilometer. Zone 3.
When I hit Glendenning, I will look and see what's going on with the timing. But the full run should be about an hour, and of which
Zone 4.
I'm sharing with you 36 minutes. I guess I could have a
Zone
little
3.
look now to see what's going on with the timing of this recording. I apologize for any bag rustling noises. Hang on. Yep, 7 minutes and change going on. So 7 minutes of recording and 21 minutes of real-time running. So what does that work out at? I have no idea. I'll think about it for a little while as I slide the phone back in its sack.
Zone 2.
Hello. That's what I was saying to Kevin. I get very confused making these arithmetic calculations. I'm forgetting
Zone 3.
the two factors that I just related to you. I think I said 7 minutes of recording. And about 20 minutes
Zone
of
2.
real time. So that means
Zone 3.
I'm not sure what that means. I'm sure most of you out there are saying, telling me the right answer to my conundrum. I think I'll just stick to my original plan of checking when I'm on Glendenning. I'm going to do a little bit of meditating now. So this is my cue to find us some other music to listen to. So 23 on the run, and 10 So I got 10 from 23. Well, forget it. You can sort it out. I'm just going to find this music and meditate for a little while. Give it just a little more volume for your pleasure. Once again, in it goes. I'm hoping that the sack prevents the arm swing noise, which is also almost unavoidable if you're swinging the microphone violently
Average pace 9 minutes 14 seconds per kilometer. Average
through
heart rate
the air.
131. Workout average pace 8 minutes 1 second per kilometer.
Hello.
Zone 3.
Hi. Yeah, excuse me. I'm coming up to the resort.
Zone
I
2.
will be meditating from the noise into the silence.
Zone 3.
Brett Midland is the keyboardist. Died way before his time, in his 30s, I think he was. A fate common to Grateful Dead keyboard players. They live fast and they die young. So I've made the turn and I'm now heading back towards Glendenning. Mount Douglas is now ahead of me. As I head into the quiet zone. The next feature is going to be the fake bridges. As you continue to enjoy the music.
Zone 4.
This might be the technique that I use
Zone 3.
on our trip, which is coming up on the 25th. I'm running in shorts for the first time since
Zone 4.
mid-January. See, my heart detected the Zone 4,
Zone 3.
and I had already decided that it had been working hard enough. This technique that I use is not recommended for a 10K race. For that, you just have to push the limit the whole time, because hopefully it'll all be over in an hour or less. But having trained for more than 10 years as an ultra marathoner. Hello. Hi, dog. I have trained my body to work as efficiently as possible for as long as possible. The first fake bridge. The second. And the third. Pretty soon, it's going to force me to hike again around about here. Yep, just here. As I climb this.
Time 30 minutes. Distance 3.77 kilometers. Average pace 7 minutes 31 seconds per kilometer. Average heart rate 138. Workout average pace 7 minutes 56 seconds per kilometer.
So 30 minutes run time. And
Zone 4.
16 minutes record time. .30 from 16 is 14.
Zone 3.
So I have to take 14 off, whatever she says, as my record time.
Zone 4.
As I hike up into Zone 4, knowing that I have 17 minutes recorded.
Zone 3.
So now I'm heading up Whitaker, turning right, heading towards the saddle. Yep, I could be wearing the mic at this stage because I'm not moving very fast, so it wouldn't be bouncing around, but in my hand it's totally free of contact with anything except the air we're moving through. So I've got a feeling Kevin is going to drop 2 shows. From my understanding, there's a long one coming from the Galloway tribe. And hopefully an average length, an hour or so, from the rest of us contributors and listeners. I did make some pretty bold statements the other day about the Galloway edition, the Galloway system, I should say. Hi. But you have to remember. Hello. How are you today?
Oh, good.
Good.
Yeah, enjoying the day.
Perfect. I claimed it was an antiquated system developed before the introduction of widespread heart rate monitoring, because in effect it's basing an arbitrary interval as your cardiac rest time. But nowadays with everybody, hello,
Hi.
hello dog, hi 2 dogs, hello little dog. The little dog was a pug with a bell, but maybe somebody might be deaf, either the big dog or the woman. I don't think the little dog needs to know where he is. He is where he is.
Zone 2.
I probably said things like the Galloway method is good for people who are
Zone
undertrained,
3.
but that's not necessarily true. There's people who have lives that interfere with their training. Hi. As I climb up the elephant's back. Somebody has been marking again. There are chalk marks today. Yep, they're going up to the summit. I am not.
Time 35 minutes. Distance 4.13 kilometers. Average pace 13 minutes 41 seconds per kilometer. Average heart rate 138. Workout average pace 8 minutes 26 seconds per kilometer.
26. So that would be, what, 35 minutes into the run. Hi. Come on. Hi, dog. Yep. The flower markings are all
Zone
along this
2.
trail. But luckily, flower will be picked up by the animals that live in the forest. I remember once marking a course for a race that I was race director for, and I decided to mark one particular
Zone 3.
loop of this course, something that was somewhat unintuitive for anybody who was following on a map. They would think, why are we
Zone 2.
heading the wrong way now? Well, anyway, I marked that section with popcorn the day before the race. I put a balloon
Zone 3.
at the corner where the popcorn section started, and another one at the end when people knew that they'd finished with the popcorn. Well, at the end of the race, I wanted to check if anybody had taken a shortcut, but nobody had. I asked them about the popcorn, and they said that it was virtually non-existent. Some dog had probably just snuffled his way
Zone
all
2.
the way along that line of popcorn, picking them up. He missed one, actually. Somebody said they saw a kernel crushed into the dirt.
Zone 3.
I think I would have to check my spelling if I was writing that sentence. All right, so as I climb up towards the saddle, I have already forgotten those very important numbers that I was supposed to be remembering. I think it boiled down to I had to take off 15 minutes to whatever she said. So if she says 45, it's in fact only 30 minutes. I will check when she says 45. My Achilles skin wound has healed up, leaving a little bit of scar tissue, I think, on the surface of the skin. Nothing internal, I trust, even though I do have the occasional twinge. That is probably more to do with damaged nerves from the surgery, but Dr. Jacks did a very good job. A nice clean incision and some very skillful microsurgery after that. I think he told me that he had to put in an artificial plug to anchor the Achilles in my heel bone. So, getting close to my saddle. After this, the trails will be predominantly downhill. I have my backpack on my back, and today I went to the trouble of
Time 40
taking...
minutes. Distance 4.50 kilometers. Average pace 13 minutes 45 seconds per kilometer. Average
Hi.
heart rate 130. Workout
Hi.
average pace 8 minutes 52 seconds per kilometer.
Alright, so those people reminded me to check on my stats. The other thing that was messing up my previous recordings, 26 on the clock. So I have another 10 minutes to go. The other thing that was messing me up on my recording was that dreaded Siri button. Every time I grabbed the phone and
Zone
pulled
2.
it out of the pocket it lives in, I was squeezing the home button, which was activating Siri, only for her to tell me that she's not available. Well,
Zone 1.
that is what was causing the shutting off at the end of my recordings, because normally I would get to a lookout point and then grab the
Zone
phone,
0.
pull it out, and take a picture or a video or whatever of what I was seeing and describing. But unfortunately, the minute that Siri kicked in, she kicked the Spreaker app in the ass and shut it down. Not only that,
Zone
but it
1.
also froze the app, which meant that you couldn't access it without
Zone 2.
doing a shutdown on the computer, on the phone, I should say. You have to basically power it down and fire it up again. And then, sure enough, when you got to the app, it said, retrieved file. Like it lost it in the first place, not me. And then it had the sense to retrieve it for me. Alright, so now I'm on Glendinning, heading out of the park, wondering if I will meet Jackie, our Paralympian sailor. Hello. Hi. Thank you. You okay? That guy stepped right off the trail like I was some sort of 10-ton truck.
Zone 3.
Still haven't thought of a title yet. I'm listening out for that 45. Was it 45? I've forgotten already. I know I had 10 minutes left. I had 26. As I get to the top of the glory zone and begin my descent to civilization. Some little bird fight going on there. Alright, now it's down. The gravity assist. Hello, dogs. Hi.
Zone 4.
Hi. Jogger coming by. Hi, thank you.
Zone 3.
Zone 3, I heard that. The only concern I have now, after having pretty much figured this thing out, is the volume of the girl. Hello. Yep. I think it's about time I picked another tune. This way I can see how much time I have left. And even though I can't hear the music, I will
Time 45
assume...
minutes. Distance 5.13 kilometers. Average pace 7 minutes 59 seconds per kilometer. Average heart rate 125. Workout average pace 8 minutes 45 seconds per kilometer.
So I've got 31 on there. So I
Zone
have
2.
another 5 to do. So let me pick a 5-minute tune. This one will do. This one will act as our outro music. Might turn the volume down just a little bit on this one. As I put the phone back in the bag and wrap the strap around my fingers. I'm so hopeful that this is going to work. Hi. All I have now is to guesstimate when 6 minutes is up. Or 5, in fact. Back down the glory zone. I'm just a little concerned that I might have played the same tune twice. But no, I didn't. That's right.
Zone 3.
My mind games. I think I will have to call this episode My Mind Games. And hope that I trigger some response from contributors to the Extra Mile podcast group. So getting back to the Galloway issue, Galloway was smart. Galloway is smart. But unfortunately, his system is old school. It has factored in the fact that most people are not going to be able to train well enough to achieve their A goal. So he settled for a plan that will help 99% of people achieve their B goal, which is to finish a marathon. Which is kind of strange why he should have teamed up with Chris Twiggs as his customized program coach. I think that institution has got a little too large for any form of customization. Just saying, everybody has an opinion. Hi. Little kid. Hi there. Hello, little man. I hope it was a little man. to be so careful nowadays not to offend anybody's sensibilities. So, as I rapidly approach the exit at Glendenning Trailhead, I will take one last look at my app. Hello. Hi there.
Ooh, so you're not even an arm where you want it. Yeah. Well,
Okay, so we're coming up to 36 now. So I will say
Time 50 minutes. Distance 5.83 kilometers. Average pace 7 minutes 5 seconds per kilometer. Average heart rate 129. Workout average pace 8 minutes 32 seconds per kilometer. Zone 2.
there you go. All the stats you could ever want. Let me just tastefully roll down the music and say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Tastefully rolled down.